Welcome to your entertainment industry deep dive.
We're going global today.
Yeah, we've got a whole stack of reports and predictions
Even some must-watch recommendations.
pulled from all over,
Industry news expert and balancing all that.
So today, we're going to try to arm you with enough,
Insider knowledge?
to dominate.
Any water cooler conversation about film and TV.
It's a global deep dive today. So we'll
Yeah.
be hitting some key locations, understanding all the, shifts and shakeups.
The shifts and shakeups happening all over.
Yeah, across the landscape.
All right, let's start our world tour with a stop in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Their film commission is making waves
Big waves.
with a major boost to their rebate scheme,
Yeah.
offering up to 50% back to productions
Huge.
that meet certain criteria.
Yeah.
Now, instead of just focusing on attracting, big budget Hollywood productions,
Right.
could this move help diversify the types of films being made?
Well, it's definitely a strategic move.
I mean, think about it, like 50% back
Oh, yeah.
on your expenses,
That's a lot.
like crew costs, set design,
Yeah.
even travel and accommodations.
Wow.
Abu Dhabi is going to be a serious contender now,
Yeah.
and it could attract independent filmmakers,
Oh, interesting.
smaller scale productions,
Okay.
looking for financial incentives.
So it could lead to a wider variety of stories being told.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And drawing on the rich, cultural landscape of the region.
That's a really interesting angle.
Yeah.
Like a potential shift from the typical Hollywood blockbuster fare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next stop on our world tour, Canada.
Canada.
They're in a bit of a tug of war
They are.
with streaming giants over local content laws.
Yeah.
What's the latest on that front?
So Canadian regulators, they're trying to ensure that streaming services like your Netflix and Disney Plus
Of course.
contribute to the production of Canadian content.
Mhm.
They've mandated that these platforms invest 5% of their Canadian revenue back into local productions.
Interesting.
However,
Okay.
the streaming giants are pushing back,
Oh.
appealing the decision.
Oh, wow.
This case could have a domino effect,
Really?
influencing how other countries approach regulating streaming content
Yeah.
and impacting the availability of diverse stories
Right.
from around the world.
It's a high-stakes battle for sure.
For sure.
We'll be keeping an eye on that one.
Yeah.
Now, for our last stop on this global tour,
All right.
let's hop across the pond to the UK.
Okay.
The BBC is facing some tough times, right?
Yeah, they're grappling with financial difficulties
Yeah.
amidst an industry-wide slowdown in commissioning new productions.
Really?
Advertising revenue is down. Budgets are tight.
Oh, wow.
And it's hitting certain genres like documentaries and entertainment particularly hard.
That's concerning,
Yeah.
especially for the freelance crews
Right.
who rely on those productions.
Yeah.
Is this a sign of a broader trend in the industry?
It could be this situation with the BBC might be an early warning sign.
Oh.
Declining advertising revenue and tighter budgets are forcing everyone to make tough choices.
Yeah.
It raises the question, how can broadcasters and production companies adapt their business models
Right.
to survive in this evolving media landscape?
That's a big question.
It is.
And speaking of evolving,
Yeah.
let's dive into some predictions for 2025, shall we?
Okay.
The rumor mill is churning about a potential wave of Hollywood mergers and acquisitions.
Interesting.
What's fueling this consolidation trend?
Well, the industry's facing multiple pressures.
Okay.
The rise of streaming has changed audience viewing habits.
Sure.
Traditional revenue streams are drying up, and there's this global economic uncertainty looming.
Yeah.
This is pushing media companies to reassess their positions,
Okay.
leading to mergers and acquisitions as a way to consolidate resources,
Right.
reduce costs, and strengthen their competitive edge
Mm-hmm.
in a rapidly changing market.
So it's like a strategic game of chess, with each move designed to ensure survival and dominance
Absolutely.
in this new entertainment landscape.
Yeah.
Analysts are predicting that companies like Lionsgate
Mm-hmm.
and AMC networks might be prime targets for acquisition.
Interesting.
What makes them so appealing?
Well, Lionsgate has a valuable library of content,
Yeah.
including popular franchises like John Wick and
Mm-hmm.
The Hunger Games.
Huge.
AMC Networks, on the other hand,
Okay.
owns valuable cable channels
Right.
like AMC, BBC America, and IFC,
Mm-hmm.
along with a growing streaming service.
Yeah.
They both have assets that larger companies could leverage to bolster their content offerings
Okay.
and reach a wider audience.
These are definitely some high-profile targets.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how these potential acquisitions, if they happen,
Yeah.
reshape the balance of power in Hollywood.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Now let's talk about a force that's shaking up the industry. The creator economy.
Okay.
It's projected to be a $600 billion industry by 2030.
Wow.
That's a staggering figure.
It is.
Can you break down how this economy actually generates revenue?
Well, it's not just about views and subscribers anymore.
Right.
The creator economy is all about building a direct relationship with your audience and monetizing that connection through a variety of avenues.
Like what?
We're talking brand deals, sponsorships, merchandise,
Oh, wow.
fan subscriptions, even ticketed live events.
Really?
These creators are becoming their own mini media empires,
Wow.
bypassing the traditional gatekeepers of Hollywood,
Yeah.
building their own loyal fan bases.
It's definitely a power shift.
It is.
But is it sustainable?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
The creator economy is still in its early stages.
Right.
So it's difficult to predict its long-term trajectory.
Sure.
But one thing is clear.
What's that?
Individual creators are gaining influence and challenging the traditional power structures of the entertainment industry.
That's true.
It's a force to be reckoned with, and traditional media companies are definitely taking notice.
And speaking of traditional media, let's talk about the future of cinema.
Okay.
Are movie theaters going the way of the dinosaur with the rise of streaming, or is there a way for them to coexist?
Well, Philip Nachbol,
Okay.
the CEO of Curzon Cinemas,
Right.
he has a rather controversial proposition.
Uh-oh.
Collaboration with streaming giants like Netflix.
Really?
He argues that cinemas need to adapt to changing viewing habits
Okay.
and offer a more diverse range of content,
Like what?
including films released simultaneously in theaters and on streaming platforms.
That's a bold strategy.
It is.
Some might say it's like inviting the enemy into your home.
Right.
But is it a necessary evil to ensure the survival of cinema?
Well, it's a gamble, for sure.
Yeah.
But Nachbol believes it's the only way to stay relevant and attract a wider audience, especially younger generations who are accustomed to the convenience and accessibility of streaming. He's already experimented with this model at Curzon,
Yeah.
and the results have been promising.
This is a fascinating development, and we'll be following it closely.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears and dive into some must-watch content.
Okay, that's good.
Starting with the Asian drama scene.
Right.
What's got everyone buzzing?
Get ready for more high-stakes games and mind-bending challenges.
Okay.
Because Netflix is bringing back two of its biggest hits,
Oh, really?
Squid Game and Alice in Borderland,
No way.
both returning for Season 3.
I knew those cliffhangers couldn't be the end of the story.
They left us hanging.
What else is coming out of Asia that we should add to our watch lists?
Well, Taiwanese drama fans can look forward to Zero Day,
Okay.
a gripping political thriller
Sounds interesting.
that explores the complex tensions between Taiwan and China.
Wow.
And for those craving a star-studded spectacle,
Right.
Disney Plus is releasing Made in Korea,
Oh, yeah.
starring heartthrob Hyun Bin.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
Definitely worth checking out.
Those sound great. Now let's cross continents and explore some European gems.
Let's do it.
Any historical epics or political thrillers that you recommend?
European productions are definitely having a moment
Okay.
for a lavish period drama.
Yeah.
Check out Netflix's The Leopard, set in 19th century Sicily.
Beautiful.
Prime Video is bringing us Costiera,
All right.
a drama starring Jesse Williams
Oh, cool.
as a former Marine-turned-hotel fixer on the breathtaking Italian coast.
Wow.
And if you're looking for political intrigue
Yeah.
with a Nordic twist,
All right.
there's Whiskey on the Rocks,
Okay.
a Swedish production that's generating buzz.
Excellent recommendations. My watch list is officially overflowing.
I know mine too.
Now let's shine a spotlight on some specific productions and personalities
Okay.
that are making waves right now.
Sounds good.
James Mangold's A Complete Unknown.
Mm-hmm.
The Bob Dylan biopic is getting rave reviews.
I've heard great things.
What makes this film stand out from the typical music biopic formula?
Well, it's not just a chronological rehash of Dylan's life.
Okay.
This film focuses on a pivotal year, 1965,
Okay.
when Dylan was transitioning from folk to a more electric sound,
Interesting.
alienating some fans, but also solidifying his status as a musical icon.
Right.
Timothée Chalamet's performance as the young Dylan has captivated audiences.
I can imagine.
And the film doesn't shy away from the complexities and contradictions of Dylan's personality.
Oh, wow.
It's resonating with both longtime fans and a new generation discovering his music for the first time.
It's a fresh take on the biopic genre.
It is.
And it's clearly struck a chord with audiences and critics alike.
For sure.
What other productions have caught your eye?
Let's talk about The Rig.
Oh, yeah.
The Prime Video show that had everyone on the edge of their seats last year.
It was so good.
Season 2 is taking things to a whole new level.
Really?
Moving from an oil rig to a frozen Arctic glacier.
Okay, that's a drastic change in scenery.
It is.
What's the story behind this icy adventure?
The creator, David McPherson.
Yeah.
He says that Season 2 builds upon the themes of the first season,
Okay.
exploring corporate greed, environmental concerns, even a touch of sci-fi suspense.
Oh, wow.
He compares it to the evolution of Alien into Aliens,
Interesting.
expanding the scope and raising the stakes.
I'm definitely intrigued. What about the cast?
Yeah.
Any new faces joining the crew for this Arctic expedition?
Jacob Fortune Lloyd and Alice Cridge
Okay.
are joining the talented ensemble cast,
Right.
which includes returning favorites
Awesome.
like Emily Hampshire and Martin Compston.
This is definitely going on my must-watch list.
I think it should.
Now, before we move on, I want to address a concerning trend.
Okay.
The distribution challenges faced by documentaries
Yeah.
that tackle important social and political issues.
It's a worrying trend.
It is.
We're seeing films that address crucial topics
Right.
like No Other Land, which documents the eviction of Palestinian villagers,
Wow.
and Union, which follows labor struggles at an Amazon warehouse, struggling to secure distribution deals despite critical acclaim.
That's disheartening. Why do you think these films are facing such hurdles?
Well, it's a complex issue.
Yeah.
Some argue that these types of documentaries,
Okay.
especially those that challenge the status quo or present controversial viewpoints,
Right.
are considered less commercially viable.
Okay.
Others suggest that there's a lack of awareness or interest from distributors
I see.
who may not see the audience potential for these films. Regardless of the reasons, it's a concerning development.
Yeah.
That raises questions about the visibility and accessibility of important stories
Of course.
in today's media landscape.
It's something we need to pay attention to.
We do.
Okay, let's wrap up this segment with a look at some rising stars
Okay.
and initiatives that are fostering new talent in the industry.
Right.
Adria Arjona is having a breakout year.
She is.
What roles have propelled her to the forefront?
Arjona has been turning heads with her performances in Hitman, Blink Twice, and Los Freakies, where she also took on a producing role.
Oh, wow.
It's clear she's not just a talented actress.
Yeah.
She's also a driven, creative force.
She's one to watch, for sure. What else is on her horizon?
She's got a number of exciting projects in the pipeline,
Like what?
including a role in the highly anticipated final season of Andor,
Oh, wow.
the Star Wars spin-off series,
Cool.
and an action horror film called Onslaught,
Okay.
where she's set to star alongside Dave Bautista.
Her career is definitely on the rise.
It is.
Now let's head back to the UK
Okay.
and celebrate a long-running institution, EastEnders.
All right.
As they approach their 40th anniversary,
Wow.
they're taking a proactive approach to nurturing new talent.
That's great.
Tell us about their initiatives.
They've launched 3 key programs.
Okay.
A multi-camera course for aspiring directors,
Interesting.
a writer studio for budding screenwriters,
Cool.
and acting workshops held across the UK
Wow.
to showcase diverse talent and give aspiring actors a chance to break into the industry.
That's fantastic. It's a testament to their commitment to giving back to the industry
Yeah,
and ensuring that the next generation of storytellers has the opportunity to shine.
absolutely.
Now tell us about Travis Fimmel
Okay.
and his expanded role in Season 2 of Black Snow.
Fimmel, known for his roles in Vikings and Raised by Wolves,
Right.
is not only starring in the Australian mystery series,
Yeah.
he's also taking on roles as producer and director.
Really?
This highlights a growing trend of actors leveraging their experience and influence to shape the creative direction of the projects they're involved in.
It's great to see actors taking on those roles.
It is.
What can you tell us about Fimmel's character in Black Snow?
He plays Detective James Cormack,
Okay.
who is still haunted by the unsolved murder of a teenage girl from 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Season 2 delves deeper into the mystery,
All right.
unearthing secrets and hidden agendas that threaten to unravel the fragile peace of the small Australian town where the story takes place.
It sounds like a gripping mystery with complex characters and a compelling storyline.
It is.
Now, before we move on to our next segment, I want to highlight a fantastic opportunity
Okay.
for documentary filmmakers, the Wicker Awards.
Oh, yeah. The Wicker Award?
They offer substantial funding to the winners,
They do.
but it's not just about the money.
Right.
It's about the recognition and support for emerging documentary filmmakers.
For sure.
What kind of documentaries are they looking for?
They're open to submissions from around the world,
Okay.
seeking documentaries that demonstrate originality, strong visual storytelling, and the potential to engage a wide audience.
Awesome. It's a fantastic opportunity for filmmakers to gain recognition and support for their work.
It is.
Well, that wraps up our first segment of this deep dive into the entertainment industry.
Great.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
from global industry trends to exciting new productions
Yeah.
and the people shaping the future of film and TV.
Let's talk about.
But there's much more to explore. So stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll delve deeper into some of the most thought-provoking and inspiring aspects of this ever-evolving world of entertainment.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to our deep dive into the entertainment industry.
I'm ready to keep exploring. We touched on some must-watch content earlier, and I have to admit I'm already adding to my watch list.
I understand completely. It's hard not to get swept up in the excitement of all these new releases. Speaking of which, we were discussing James Mangold's Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. What do you think it is about this particular film that's resonating with both critics and audiences?
Well, from what I've gathered, it seems to be a combination of factors. Timothée Chalamet's performance is being hailed as transformative, capturing Dylan's enigmatic persona during a pivotal moment in his career. The film's focus on the year 1965, when Dylan was shifting from folk to electric, offers a fresh perspective on a well-known story.
It's not just a rehash of his greatest hits. It delves into the artistic struggles, the backlash from fans, and the personal turmoil that fueled his creative evolution.
It sounds like a film that goes beyond the surface, exploring the man behind the music. Now let's shift gears to The Rig, that Prime Video show that's taking viewers on a chilling journey to an Arctic glacier in Season 2. It's quite a departure from the oil rig setting of the first season.
That's a great observation. This change in setting is more than just a visual shift. It reflects a thematic expansion. The show's creator has spoken about wanting to explore broader environmental concerns, delving into the consequences of climate change and the impact of human actions on a global scale.
So it's not just a survival thriller anymore. It's a commentary on the interconnectedness of our world and the urgent need for environmental responsibility.
Exactly. And by moving the action to a remote, unforgiving environment like the Arctic, the show is amplifying the sense of isolation vulnerability and the potential for both human resilience and human folly.
This definitely sounds like a show that's pushing the boundaries of genre blending, suspense, sci-fi elements, and social commentary. Curious to see how the characters navigate this new landscape and the challenges they'll face.
Speaking of challenges, I want to circle back to the difficulties faced by documentary filmmakers, particularly those whose work tackles important social and political issues. We mentioned No Other Land and Union earlier, but there are many other powerful documentaries struggling to find distribution.
It's a concerning trend, and it highlights a broader issue: whose stories are being told and who has the power to amplify those stories. We need to be mindful of the potential for certain narratives to be marginalized or silenced.
That's an important point. We should all be asking ourselves, are we actively seeking out diverse perspectives, or are we passively consuming what's readily available through mainstream channels?
It's a call to action for both viewers and the industry as a whole. We need to support filmmakers who are shedding light on crucial issues, even if those stories challenge our assumptions or make us uncomfortable.
Now let's switch gears and talk about some of the individuals who are making their mark on the entertainment industry. We discussed Adria Arjona's breakout year earlier, but I think Travis Fimmel's multifaceted career deserves a closer look.
Absolutely. He's gone from starring in hit shows like Vikings to taking on roles as producer and director in projects like Black Snow Season 2. It's impressive to see an actor taking such an active role in shaping the stories he's involved in.
It speaks to his passion for filmmaking and his desire to explore different facets of the creative process.
And it sets a great example for other actors who may be interested in expanding their roles beyond performing.
Now let's highlight a truly inspiring initiative that's nurturing new talent: EastEnders' commitment to training the next generation of storytellers.
Their approach is comprehensive, offering programs for aspiring directors, writers, and actors. The multi-camera course for directors is particularly intriguing, giving participants the opportunity to direct a miniseries that will be incorporated into the main show.
It's a brilliant way to provide hands-on experience and mentorship, while also bringing fresh perspectives to a long-running program. And the writer's studio is equally impressive, giving budding screenwriters the chance to develop their skills, pitch ideas, and potentially see their work come to life on screen.
And we can't forget their Ascend acting workshops, which are held across the UK to showcase diverse talent and give aspiring actors a foot in the door. It's incredible to see a show with such a legacy actively investing in the future of the industry.
Absolutely. These initiatives are not only beneficial for the individuals involved, but they also enrich the storytelling landscape as a whole.
Speaking of enriching the storytelling landscape, let's talk about the Wicker Awards, a prestigious opportunity for documentary filmmakers worldwide.
Named after Alan Wicker, a pioneer of documentary filmmaking, these awards offer not just significant funding, but also a platform for recognition and exposure. What sets the Wicker Awards apart from other film awards?
It's their focus on director-led documentaries that showcase originality, a distinct voice, and a commitment to impactful storytelling. They're not just looking for polished productions, they're looking for filmmakers with a vision.
It's about supporting those who are pushing the boundaries of documentary filmmaking, challenging conventions, and engaging audiences with compelling narratives.
It's an incredible opportunity, and I encourage any aspiring documentarian to explore it further. Now let's shift our focus to another aspect of the entertainment industry that's undergoing a transformation: the relationship between traditional media companies and the rising tide of the creator economy.
It's a fascinating dynamic. On one hand, you have established media giants with vast resources and infrastructure. On the other hand, you have individual creators building their own empires, bypassing traditional gatekeepers and connecting directly with their audiences.
It's a clash of titans in a way, but it's not necessarily a zero-sum game. We're already seeing examples of collaboration and convergence between these two worlds.
Yes, and it will be interesting to see how this relationship evolves in the coming years. Will we see more partnerships between established media companies and individual creators? Will we see more creators launching their own platforms and production companies? Only time will tell.
It's a dynamic landscape, and one thing is certain: the lines between traditional media and the creator economy are becoming increasingly blurred. Now let's take a closer look at some specific examples of productions that are capturing our attention. One film that's generating a lot of buzz is Maria, a biopic about the legendary opera singer Maria Callas.
What makes this film so intriguing is its approach to the biopic genre. It's not just a chronological retelling of Callas's life. It's a more impressionistic, emotionally resonant portrait of a complex and enigmatic artist.
And with Pablo Larraín directing and Angelina Jolie in the lead role, it's sure to be a visually stunning and emotionally powerful film.
Absolutely. Larraín is known for his bold and unconventional filmmaking style, and Jolie is a master of transforming herself into complex characters.
This is definitely one to add to our watch list. Now let's talk about another biopic that's taking a unique approach: I'm Still Here, which tells the story of Brazilian activist Eunice Paiva.
This film, directed by Walter Salles and starring the legendary Fernanda Montenegro, is a testament to Paiva's enduring legacy as a champion of social justice and human rights.
It's a powerful reminder of the impact that one person can have on the world and the importance of fighting for what you believe in.
Now let's highlight a film that's proving the power of visual storytelling. Flow, an animated film that's been shortlisted for an Oscar.
What's remarkable about this film is that it tells a captivating story without a single word of dialogue, relying solely on animation music and the subtle nuances of character expression.
It's a testament to the artistry of animation and the director's ability to convey emotions and complex themes through purely visual means.
It's a film that transcends language barriers and cultural differences, connecting with audiences on a purely visceral and emotional level.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful stories are told without words.
Well said. Now let's shift gears and talk about a topic that's often overlooked in discussions about the entertainment industry: the role of ethics and responsibility.
It's an important topic, especially as the lines between entertainment news and social media become increasingly blurred. What are some of the ethical considerations that are top of mind for you?
I think it's crucial for filmmakers, creators, and media companies to be mindful of the potential impact of their work, both positive and negative.
We need to be aware of the potential for bias manipulation and the spread of misinformation. And we need to be responsible for the stories we tell and the messages we convey.
It's about more than just entertainment. It's about using our platforms to promote understanding, empathy, and a sense of shared humanity.
It's about recognizing that the stories we tell have the power to shape perceptions, influence beliefs, and even inspire action.
We have a responsibility to use that power wisely.
Now let's explore another aspect of the entertainment industry that's constantly evolving, the relationship between artists and their audiences.
In the age of social media, that relationship has become more direct and interactive than ever before. Artists are no longer just performers, they're also content creators engaging with their fans on multiple platforms.
And it's not just about promoting their work, it's about building a sense of community, fostering dialogue, and even collaborating with their fans on creative projects.
It's a two-way street, and artists who embrace this new dynamic are finding innovative ways to connect with their audiences and build lasting relationships.
Now let's turn our attention to a topic that's always a hot-button issue: representation and diversity in the entertainment industry.
It's not just about ticking boxes. It's about ensuring that our stories reflect the richness and complexity of our world, showcasing the full spectrum of human experiences.
It's about creating opportunities for underrepresented voices to be heard, for marginalized communities to see themselves reflected on screen, and for audiences to experience the world through different lenses.
It's about challenging stereotypes, dismantling systemic barriers, and creating a more inclusive and equitable industry.
And it's not just a moral imperative, it's also a creative and commercial one. Diverse stories resonate with wider audiences, bringing fresh perspectives and expanding our understanding of the world.
It's a win-win for everyone. Now, before we wrap up this segment, I want to touch on a topic that's near and dear to my heart: the power of storytelling to inspire, educate, and connect us.
Stories have the power to transport us to different worlds, introduce us to new characters, and challenge our perspectives. They can make us laugh, cry, think, and feel deeply.
They can spark conversations, ignite passions, and even change the world.
And in a world that can often feel divided and disconnected, stories have the power to remind us of our shared humanity and the things that unite us.
They can help us understand different cultures, bridge divides, and build empathy.
And they can inspire us to be better, to dream bigger, and to make a positive impact on the world.
That's a beautiful sentiment. Now let's shift our focus to a specific aspect of storytelling that's gaining momentum: the rise of immersive experiences.
With advancements in technology, we're seeing a blurring of the lines between reality and fiction. From virtual reality to augmented reality, audiences are no longer passive observers. They're active participants in the stories they consume.
It's a new frontier of entertainment that's full of potential, offering audiences a level of engagement and immersion that was previously unimaginable.
It's a chance to step into the shoes of our favorite characters, explore fantastical worlds, and experience stories in a whole new way.
It's an exciting time to be both a storyteller and an audience member.
Now let's delve into a topic that's often debated in the entertainment industry: the balance between artistic vision and commercial viability.
It's a delicate dance, for sure. Artists want to create work that is meaningful, original, and pushes boundaries. But they also need to find audiences and generate revenue to sustain their careers.
And media companies, while they may appreciate artistic merit, are ultimately driven by profits.
So how do we strike a balance between these competing forces? How do we ensure that artistic integrity isn't compromised in the pursuit of commercial success?
It's a question that has no easy answers. But I think it's important to recognize that art and commerce don't have to be mutually exclusive.
There are plenty of examples of films, TV shows, and other creative works that are both critically acclaimed and commercially successful.
It's about finding that sweet spot where artistic vision and audience appeal intersect.
It's a challenge, but it's one that's worth striding for.
Now let's explore a trend that's shaping the future of entertainment: the globalization of content.
With the rise of streaming services and the increasing accessibility of international productions, audiences are no longer limited to the stories produced in their own countries.
We're seeing a surge in popularity of content from all over the world, from Korean dramas to Spanish-language thrillers to Indian musicals.
It's a testament to the universality of storytelling and the human desire to connect with narratives that transcend cultural boundaries.
And it's a win for both audiences and creators, exposing us to new perspectives, enriching our understanding of the world, and fostering cross-cultural appreciation.
It's a reminder that the world of entertainment is vast and diverse, and there are countless stories waiting to be discovered.
Now let's touch on a topic that's becoming increasingly relevant in the entertainment industry: the impact of technology on storytelling.
From artificial intelligence to virtual production to the metaverse, technology is transforming the way stories are created, consumed, and experienced.
We're seeing the emergence of new storytelling formats, interactive narratives, and immersive experiences that blur the lines between reality and fiction.
It's a brave new world of possibilities, and it will be fascinating to see how technology continues to shape the future of entertainment.
Now let's address a topic that's often a source of debate: the role of critics and awards in the entertainment industry.
Critics play an important role in providing context analysis and evaluation of creative works.
They can help audiences understand the nuances of a film, TV show, or other creative work, providing insights that might not be immediately apparent.
And awards, while they can be subjective, can serve as a form of recognition and validation for artists and their work.
They can also help to elevate certain stories, bring attention to underrepresented voices, and shape the cultural landscape.
It's a complex ecosystem, and there's always room for debate and discussion.
Now let's shift our focus to a topic that's often overlooked in discussions about the entertainment industry: the importance of supporting the arts.
Whether it's attending live performances, donating to arts organizations, or simply spreading the word about the creative works we love, we all have a role to play in ensuring that the arts continue to thrive.
The arts enrich our lives in countless ways, providing entertainment, inspiration, and a sense of community.
They challenge our perspectives, spark our imaginations, and connect us to our shared humanity.
And in a world that can often feel overwhelming and uncertain, the arts offer a source of solace, beauty, and hope.
Well said. Now let's wrap up this segment by reflecting on the transformative power of entertainment.
Entertainment has the ability to transport us to different worlds, make us laugh and cry, and challenge our assumptions.
It can introduce us to new perspectives, broaden our horizons, and connect us to something larger than ourselves.
It's a powerful force that can shape our understanding of the world and inspire us to be better.
And in a world that can often feel divided and disconnected, entertainment has the power to unite us and remind us of our shared humanity.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always room for beauty, creativity, and hope.
And that's a message we can all get behind. Stay tuned for our final segment, where we'll wrap up our deep dive into the entertainment industry with some final thoughts and takeaways.
Welcome back to the final leg of our entertainment deep dive.
We've covered a lot of ground, from global industry shifts to those must-watch recommendations and the folks, shaping the future of entertainment.
And we've still got a few more gems to uncover. One thing that really struck me is how biopics are kind of evolving beyond that traditional formula.
Yeah.
Two films that caught my attention are Maria,
Okay.
about the legendary opera singer Maria Callas and I'm Still Here,
Yeah.
which tells the story of Brazilian activist Eunice Paiva.
They're really highlighting a shift, I think, towards a more nuanced and introspective approach to biographical storytelling.
Yeah, and Maria,
Uh-huh.
directed by Pamela Larraín,
Oh, yeah.
who, is known for his work on films like Jackie and Spencer.
Right.
It really promises to be visually stunning and emotionally resonant
I think so.
exploration of Callas's life.
With Angelina Jolie taking on the lead role.
Oh.
And I'm Still Here.
Yeah.
Directed by Walter Sells
Uh,
and featuring the incredible Fernanda Montenegro.
yeah.
It showcases the enduring power of Paiva's fight for social justice,
Right.
reminding us that biopics can be vehicles for both personal reflection and social commentary.
For sure.
It's a reminder that stories about real people
Right.
can transcend the individual and speak to those broader themes
Yeah.
of resilience, courage, and the pursuit of justice.
Absolutely.
Speaking of transcending boundaries, one film that's captured my attention is Flow,
Oh, yeah.
an animated masterpiece that tells its story without a single word of dialogue.
Wow.
And it's been shortlisted for an Oscar, proving that, language is no barrier to emotional connection and powerful storytelling.
Really goes to show you.
The director, Gintzil Balotis,
Yeah.
has created a visually stunning and emotionally resonant world,
Sure.
relying solely on animation music
Right.
and those subtle nuances of character expression
Interesting.
to convey, a captivating narrative.
It's a testament to the power of visual storytelling
It is.
and a reminder that sometimes the most profound stories are told in silence.
That's a good point. Now, before we wrap up, I want to touch on a topic that's been kind of weaving its way through our conversation.
Okay.
That dynamic interplay between traditional media and the creator economy.
That's a fascinating one.
It's a fascinating evolution watching these two forces collide and sometimes collaborate.
Yeah, we're seeing established media companies
Right.
adapting to this new landscape.
Yeah.
Recognizing the influence and reach of those individual creators, and you see creators leveraging their platforms to launch their own production companies,
Right.
really challenging the traditional gatekeepers of Hollywood.
It's a testament to the democratizing power of the internet.
It is.
and the evolving nature of storytelling in the digital age.
For sure.
It raises questions about the future of content creation and distribution. Will we see a complete merging of these two worlds?
Right.
Or will they continue to coexist, each offering unique strengths and perspectives?
That's a great question.
These are questions I think we'll continue to explore as the entertainment landscape continues to evolve.
Definitely.
Now, as we approach the end of our deep dive, I'd like to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Great.
The world of entertainment is a vast and ever-changing landscape,
It is.
offering a kaleidoscope of stories, perspectives, and experiences. It's a source of joy, inspiration, reflection, and connection.
Yeah, it reminds us
Right.
that even in a world that can often feel divided and uncertain,
Yeah.
we are united by our shared love of stories and the power of human creativity.
So stay curious, explore new voices, challenge your assumptions,
Yeah.
and embrace the transformative power of entertainment.
Good advice.
Until next time, happy watching.